In this episode, we take a small boat a long way offshore with the aim of catching a fish as wide or as long as our boat.
Here's a fish.
Oh, big GT!
Yes!
Yeah,
Yep, we're on. Game on.
Whew. Whew. The fishing heats up, but will the weather put an end to our adventure?
Look at the size, it's a trout.
it's a trout.
Oh! The fishing show is proudly brought to you by Mercury Marine, BCF and Spotters Sunglasses.
Don't bang into the wharf, mate. Don't want to damage the wharf. Oh, Buster.
Gets up and goes. Today we're about to undertake a very unique voyage in a special boat. It's a quality control boat for a boat manufacturing company, and Jason and I have tried to break this boat before. I figured there's one place we haven't taken it yet, and that's to the Swains reef.
That's a long way away. No.
It's only 100 nautical miles, that's what the boat's packed up.
Yes, no, it's not going 100 nautical miles.
The good news is we're not going all the way in this. We are going, Jace, in that.
I feel much better now, Nige.
And I can see why they call it Big Cat. And they lift that with the motor on it. He said all their contractors, when they lift the boats around, they lift them on those, on and off the trucks and stuff. He said they rated to 2.5 tonne each. He said, but yeah, if you guys aren't confident, that won't fall out, hopefully, won't it? Sweet as. That's the go. Now the Buster's aboard, we've got a few hours to kill. We wait for guests to arrive, 5 o'clock briefing, dinner, and then while we sleep, we steam.
Welcome to Big Cat Reality. My name's John Bensley, I'm the skipper for this week. This is our first trip for the year, so we're looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are as well.
We're leaving Bundaberg, steaming out to the Swains, and this trip reminds me a lot of a story I loved as a kid, Jace. And it's not often that fishing literature wins a Pulitzer Prize, but that's what happened in 1953 with Ernest Hemingway's Old Man in the Sea. And I figured that with a small boat in the big ocean, we could recreate the Old Man in the Sea. Because I am fishing with a man who's quite old and has a bad run of luck. Like Santiago, the main character in the story, has an incredible run of bad luck. So bad that he becomes, the town think he's cursed, a young boy that has to fish with him. His parents won't even let him fish with him. Which is a little bit how I feel with you when I had to go tournament fishing.
Yeah, that's great.
So why don't we try and recreate it? I think, small boat, why don't we try and catch a fish that's either wider or longer than Buster?
Now you're talking my language. That's what I want.
We've got a couple of days on the Swains to do it.
Yes, we've got a bit of a trip out there.
And to give you inspiration, I couldn't bring the book, but I printed it out, 37 pages. I'd like to read it to you.
I've seen the movie, Nige.
The Old Man in the Sea.
No, really?
He was an old man. He fished alone in a skiff in the Gulf Stream. And he'd gone 84 days now without taking a fish.
I've got it, Nige.
In the first 40 days, a boy had been with him.
Really nice.
But after 40 days, without a fish, the boy's parents had told him that the old man was now definitely finally shallow. Age is my alarm clock, the old man said. Why do old men wake so early? Is it to have one longer day? I don't know, the boy said. You gonna jump in?
Here comes Buster.
Bit of rain. Oh yeah, cool. Do you want to give me a rundown on that?
I'm good.
We're in a big patch of water that we've never been on before. Our trick now to get this done is to find fish. And Jace, probably a good place to start, a few hundred metres from the mothership.
It certainly helps when they're splashing.
They are. So we're using every available tool at the moment. eye in the sky. It's the best place to start. The birds are going to tell us where there's fish, and then we'll also look for current on water and the things which tell us that maybe there's going to be predators. And mate, I reckon those birds are moving fast. Let's go. Yes. This is it. Come on. Yes.
We're on. Game on. Little mackerel tuna.
Well, he's not the width of the boat, Jason, but
No.
the stuff that is going to eat him will be to start. Where there's the food chain in action, it's the beauty of the reef. They're all here for a reason, which we'll talk about in a little while. There's a reason all this happens here, but where there's one, the food chain is here. We want the bigger stuff. I want to go and troll around that front face. So I know it's active here, but I tell you what, around that front edge where all the current runs,
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, yes, yes. Spanish.
what we wanted.
That was a good hit, that one.
That might be a mackerel.
I reckon that could possibly be the mackerel we're looking for.
Now, I don't want to tell you about the other predators that live on these reefs.
Oh, look at him sitting there. That's a big fish.
That's a big Spaniard.
That's a big Spaniard.
Yeah.
Well, I would say those hooks are pretty well in there.
There's a reason we upgraded all your hooks, Jason, before we came, because you bought the
Is that because I
most
catch?
degraded hooks I've ever seen.
Is that because I catch the bigger fish, Nige?
Sometimes. The old man and his bad luck occasionally comes through.
If you put enough hours in.
Yes.
Oh,
Got some going in.
that has got some going in.
I hate to think of the number of times I fish with you and you've hooked something good and then halfway back gone, oh, something's gone wrong.
It doesn't happen all the time, you know.
It happens a bit. Oh, you're right. You're right. What are you doing?
Gotta go around. Quick. This fish has decided to do all sorts of things. Gone under the boat, round the boat. It's probably had a good look at Nige
I
again.
haven't seen it yet.
There he is.
Spaniardo.
Spaniardos. Just hooked. One little brand new sharp hook.
Hey, you gonna help me out here or what? All right, nice work, Jason.
Oh, yes. How's that, Nige?
Small boats, big fish. This is the type of adventure that we came here for. And they don't get much better than the speed of these guys, Jason.
That was a screamer. I loved it. I loved it.
There's a little bit of tactics went into this as well. If you notice, we've got different size lures on. We're running a bit of an experiment at the moment between single and treble hooks as well, because there's a lot of anglers debate, should I use one hook or the treble? Now, we're probably going against our instinct at the moment to use the trebles, because out here in the middle of nowhere, you don't have a lot of help and you got much greater chance of sticking 3 hooks into you than one. So, but we are working, do we lose more fish with trebles or singles? We're going to try and get the job done. So
First hook up, first land.
you got to count that. Well, we've got a little tuna in this, so it's two from two on the trebles. So you'd give them a bit of a tick at the moment.
At the minute, yes.
All right, well, there's dinner for a few of the crew on board, sorted out.
Absolutely.
And we might just get on fishing. The weather's doing the right, it's meant to be getting nasty, so we're going to make the most of this at the moment. It's been a little while between bites, and it's time, I think, to change lures, which is the beauty of trolling. You can vary things up until you start getting some bites. I brought a lot of lures with me, and I said to Jace, just bring one box with some trolling lures. And this is what we have. This is my selection from Jace. Well, don't know how many mates you have like this out there that bringing lures with 1970s hooks on them.
We're going to the middle of nowhere, mate. You know, if you don't want to bring your really flash ones, you bring your old ones with the tetanus hooks on them.
Yeah, awesome. So how about I change them and I
That'll
might
be
put this into
fantastic.
action for
That
you.
was the plan. You know that.
I'll do some more work for you. Oh, you got a fish. Yeah, I'll do the motor.
Just setting the treble. It definitely would change colour of yours, mate, because
Yours is working.
even though this guy's only a little fella, it's certainly working, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's a yellowfin.
That was just a little yellowfin that Nigel essentially probably would have ate on the boat had we got that.
I said, wouldn't it be nice out here to catch a bit of yellowfin sashimi? Jay said, yes, it would.
Well, if you hooked
Well,
a
there you
fi-
go.
if
There's a perfect opportunity. No, let's just shake it off at the boat instead.
Anytime you're ready to catch one, you might want to join the party. And he hasn't even had a hit yet.
there.
Right in front of those birds. Right in front.
There you go, on the head. You know, got him?
Geez, they go quick, don't they, mate?
Oh, they go fast.
He's a little bit no match for this sort of gear, unfortunately, this one.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be catching bigger fish, Jace, but you know what? It's a pleasant distraction.
He's got the bloodline going. No,
Mine's a little long tail.
So is mine.
Is it? Nice. Yeah, that's called sashimi for 2. What's that, 4-2? 4-2 to the trebles. And these are not the monsters we're after, but I'm a bit partial to the little bit of sashimi, Jason.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I know where these are going. Very, very tasty. To get our old man in the sea challenge done, we need to have a plan of attack. And I think, being it's new water for us, a great way to do it is to mix of trolling to see the lay of the land is like, where the likely spots are, and then where we see a lot of bait getting eaten, like current hitting an edge, that's where we might throw and retrieve lures. Solid plan.
Sounds like a good plan, Nige.
Big and small lure at the back,
Deep and shallow.
deep and shallow, and let's mix it up and see what we can start uncovering. Come on, Jace. Let's get it done.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Jason.
That one had a bit on it.
I've had a bit of go in it. Once you've found them, just keep going round and round. We've had a couple of bites on this corner and it stands to reason there should be fish here. There's a beautiful big edge, birds working, lots of current pushing through here. There was always going to be fish here. Now, what do we got here? It's not feeling like a mackerel. Maybe it is.
It is a Trevally.
It's a Trev. There you go. So where there's one predator, there's always going to be a lineup, particularly in this part of the world. Look at that.
That's a nice
Pretty
bit.
fish. A couple of bite-offs before, which means the mackerel are in town in this spot as well. I'm going to keep dredging and hopefully, Jace, get the one that'll
Go across
touch either side of this boat. You've got to watch these fish when you handle them because they've got really sharp schools along the tail, and I've just got him behind them. Beautiful fish. Such good predators in this current. They know how to fight in the run, and he's sitting in there, chomping away on bait. The birds are above, looking at what's getting eaten by a bunch of different species below, trying to get an easy feed. He's in there wanting an easy feed as well. It's a concentration point.
You gave him an easy feed.
And he's going to go back. Probably a bit smarter for the experience.
So what we're doing here is throwing stick baits across the top of the shallows. What we're trying to emulate is a fish that's fleeing across the surface. So there's a few different ways you can use it. There's not a lot of action by himself. So big long casts across the top, winding it back really quickly with the tip moving, and it's skipping across the surface and looking like a fish trying to get out of the way. Or you can slow it right down and work it slowly so it looks like a wounded fish that's a bit easier to get. There's lots and lots of different ways. You've just got to vary it up because each time you do it, the fish might want a different thing. The best thing about these stick baits, they're heavy, they cast a long way, so you get to cover a lot of water. Oh, Trouty! Go, go, go! Oh, Trouty! Go, go, go! Has he got you?
Yep. In. Go over it, go over it, go over it. Oh, how far in there is he? Oh,
And see you later.
no. Go back over it. I think he's come off there. Oh, I nearly had him out then too.
Go on.
Yeah. I think he's just done me now. Ah,
That was a good hit.
far out. Just happens to look at the depth of water we're in. There's not a lot of chance there really. That's almost the bend and a rod and they're in there.
Oh, no, no, no! You right, mate?
It's going. It's going. There had to be something on that point. All those birds. And we managed to put a lure in the right spot. It's such a big part of catching fish is a look, try and work out where they are, and then pick the right lure for the job, how to work it. That's the joy of fishing, if you get that recipe right. Rainbow runner.
Yep.
Go. Oh, lovely.
Look at that, mate.
Lovely.
Pretty fish.
I think there's some fish here, Jace.
Yes, yes.
And I think we should get this one back.
So I can fish?
Yes. Good idea.
I like your idea.
All right, let's get him back. Alrighty, oh, look at this, look at this. Come on, that's got to happen. Come on, come on. There you go, Jason. What are you calling this
Oh,
one?
no, mate. This one, it's got me a little confused, actually. Whatever it's doing, it's going pretty hard. They always do it right at morning tea break, don't they?
I know. There's a good tip in fishing that if you're trolling, you're not catching anything, eat something. It's a big
Trevally.
Big Trev.
There he is, mate.
One of the many Trevally species calls the Great Barrier Reef home.
Yeah, not quite the, might be half the width of the boat.
Yeah, we've got to do a bit better to get the old width down, Pat.
And just glancing across the top of this fish at the sounder, at all the fish on the sounder, I reckon that might be a spot.
There's a couple more there. Pretty fish. Well, mate, we'll get him back and keep working. Yes.
That one was pulling string, Nige.
And Joe said, you know what, there's so many fish standing along this ledge that we'd picked up. Why don't we go for a troll along this and see what we can muster up. Now, the one concern about this area, Jace, is, I don't want to say it,
The tax man.
the tax man. Oh, whew.
That's got some heat on it, hasn't
Has
it?
got some heat on it. I guess too, we've been versatile in our approach. We've got jigging rods, trolling rods, popping rods. We've got lures in the box that can match a range of situations, and then all we've done is tried to just find fish and look for likely looking spots to keep lures in that area for as long as possible. And wherever you go, it's a really good way to start coming across fish. Across trolling, such an easy way to go about it. Just mix up the spread, small little big lure, exactly what we're doing then. 6 knots. And obviously, outfit's weighted heavy enough to hopefully let you win a battle or two. They've got colour. And maybe a GT, you know.
What sort of colour are we talking here, Nige?
Yeah, we got colour here. GT type colour.
GT type colour for that one.
Oh. Whew.
Look at that.
Look at that, Jason. One of the prizes of the Barrier Reef is the very tough giant Trevally. A GT.
GT.
Kind of like to call him. This guy, he's an average sized fish for around here. He levelled that rod.
Oh, didn't he give it some?
Ooh, that rod was levelled. All right, mate, let's get him back. He's not as wide as the boat,
No.
but I don't care.
Good fun.
He's so much fun.
That wasn't what I was looking at, mate. That's a trout.
Trout, yeah. Big Spanish just flew through. Now this, he sideswiped it too. And this has to be one of the times where trebles do come in handy. When a fish out of aggression, fish like coral trout don't necessarily want to eat something, but they want it out of their space. And fish has just rolled on it. He's got a chunk of treble.
That is a very nice trout too, my friend. Oh, that's gone big.
Oh,
Yes.
oh yes. Got him?
Yep, yep,
Right?
yep.
Lift.
Yeah. Trouty.
Yes.
Oh, he's got one right behind him. Another trout right behind him. How much fun is this, Nige?
Trout on surface, red throats on surface. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Don't tell me they all want to do it.
Yes. That is magic. The best thing about that is it's so visual. We saw, you know, we've looked for that current, we're flicking those lures right up. You see the fish eat the lure, you get the fish in the boat, then it's going to be dinner. It's like the best eating fish.
Key ingredient in catching trout in country like this is Jason and I are staying a long way away from the fish, which means we have to cast a long way. We're using lures that are quite heavy, allows you to cast, but we're also using long rods, 7-foot 11s in this case. Braided line, that lets us cast a long way and accurately. And what we're really trying to do is look for dark spots on the reef. So we're just using our eyes to find colour changes, getting those lures as close to the colour change, and then just wiggling it with a range of retrieves. Get the lure in the right spot, bit of a wiggle on the top, and shouter coming out and absolutely hammering them. This is too much fun. Too much fun.
This flat might be worth a run. That
I think this
tide running off
flat
it.
might be well, truly worth the run. Look at all the current pushing in.
Yeah.
We find too, as all this drops out, there's less water. All the food which is up in there has to fall out into this channel, which means if you're a predator, it's basically a waiting game. Makes it a very good place to throw a lure around. Oh, here's a fish. Here's a fish.
Oh, big GT!
Yes!
Yes!
Yes! Woo! Did you see him come out, Jace?
Yeah.
Drive us out, Jace. Jace, go that way, go that way, go that way. Just tow him out in the channel. There's lots of structure down there.
I've got a sneaking suspicion there is no channel.
He's heading for home, he's heading for home.
Oh,
Just keep this, I'm not using the rod on him, I'm just going to slowly. Oh. Oh. That's disappointing. I worked hard for that too. Close to home. There's a reason why every battle with a GT that you win is a satisfactory one, because they are so good at running you over structure. And he's gone deep too. It's been taught a lesson from one of the local GTs, and in the process of re-rigging, it's worth sharing a handy safety tip. In a remote part of the reef, you don't want to end up with trebles in the finger, and with 6 hook points, you've got a much greater chance. What we're going to do is replace those trebles with singles. A lot safer for the angler. When you want to release your fish, causes a lot less harm as well.
Oh, big trout!
Go, yep, go. Going in,
No, I've got him.
Going in, going in.
Got it.
I'm on top of him. On top.
Oh, it's a big lipper.
I'm on top of him.
I got him.
Oh, sorry, Jace.
Yeah! Wow.
Far out, that's an animal.
First cast.
That is an animal. Did he smoosh that? You've done really, really well to land that from where you hooked it, because I reckon these things pull trout backwards. They are pound for pound animals.
What of a crack of a day. It's come to an end, unfortunately, but tomorrow's another day. Today we did all right. We've got a nice Spanish mackerel, a couple of different species of Trevally. Nige's got a cracking GT. There's a few bigger ones here as well. The weather's not looking so kind tomorrow. Buster's in for a bit of a hard time, which means we're in for a bit of a hard time, but I'm not giving up. We've got a challenge to meet.
The fish moved steadily, and they travelled slowly on the calm water. The other boats were still in the water, but there was nothing to be done. Jace, it's just about to get good. I wish I had the boy, the old man said aloud. Morning, JB.
Morning.
Looks a bit different today.
Oh, the weather's going to be a bit of a challenge today. Expect to get up this afternoon by up to about 20 knots, so be careful out there.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Righto.
That makes it a little bit more real. Now, the part of the problem now is that a lot of the guys at the factory have loaded this boat up with more foam, because they are genuinely concerned now that we have put that boat through a lot of stress, trips to Weipa, upside down on roads, all that sort of stuff that we've done to it. And they're concerned that every boat has its limit and we could reach it out here.
We don't want to reach that limit out here, Nigel.
No, it's meant to be fun, Jason, so we are going to have to be careful, I think, especially if that hole cracks out here. I'd rather be swimming here than in the Wenlock with crocodiles, but still.
I don't want to be swimming here at all, Nigel.
There's a few sharks around here. We're just going to have to be careful. You
Not at all.
check the bilge all day. Yeah, it's going. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going. There we got some humming. Yeah. Oh, far out.
Oh, wow.
That has nearly emptied me, dude. That kind of speed, Jace, you know what it reminds me of?
What's that, mate?
Wahoos.
Yeah, wahoo. Wouldn't it be woohoo if it's a wahoo?
I know. Oof.
Giving that sore shoulder a workout, mate?
Oh, man. I had shoulder surgery 5 months ago. And I told them I'd ease back into it when I came back to work.
This is
Throwing
easy.
poppers and targeting big fish. Maybe not quite what the doctor had in mind.
Sorry?
I'm in the reef, I reckon.
I'm going to go over to him?
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon I'm in reef. Oh, no.
No, you got him out?
It's just slugging it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, stop. You might have to get the gaff ready at some point. No, it's a Spaniard. Look at it.
Oh my goodness
Look at
me.
it. Quick, it's a monster. Get the gaff in its mouth, Tail, you hold it like that, I'll get the tail. Pull it that way, go towards the front of the boat. Go towards the front of the boat. Yeah, towards the front of the boat. Got its tail. Hang on. Hang on.
That is
A donkey. Oh. Watch your feet, don't let it bite you.
Oh, it nearly goes right. I reckon this thing is going to go right across the bottom of this boat. Woo.
I think we've just had a Santiago moment. There's a bit of man love happening in the open sea. And that would be the biggest Spaniard I've ever landed, Jace.
And probably in a little boat too. That's
Little boat.
What an effort.
I think we'll argue that we've probably done the width of the boat this time.
I reckon we do.
We're a whisker off if you want to be really, really fussy. But I don't think we'll probably land a bigger Spanish than this one.
That is a monster.
It is a monster. Quick photo time. I'm going to spear him. Let's hold him up.
How's that shoulder going?
Oh. Jace, what do you reckon the chances were of us actually being able to do this when we came out?
And to be honest, to get something as wide as this boat, in the boat, I thought it would have had to have been a shark, but we don't really want to put one of them on the boat,
No.
or a big wahoo, or a big Spanish, and mate, that was a great Spanish.
You can obviously hook them out here, but the chances of getting those big fish back, they're big for a reason.
They're big.
They're evasive.
And would have been much better if it wasn't quite big enough, so only Nige was covered in slime.
Mate, it is getting rough in this channel. I reckon let's start poking around and take a bit of pressure off ourselves because we did it. Looks like the weather conditions are going to step it up to the next level at the moment, Jason. I feel that my rain jacket is going to make an appearance pretty soon.
I don't think a rain jacket's going to help us a lot, mate.
Look at that,
It's coming out.
the whole horizon is now loaded up with showers. And I reckon we go to the shallows, put our rain jackets on, and see if we can catch a trout or two.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. You really want to get to the other side?
No, mate, it's not worth it, eh?
The small sets are starting to pick up. And this isn't with current on it yet either. We've got to come back yet.
Fish.
Look at these things.
No, it's no good. It's no good, mate. If I was in a 6 metre boat, yeah. Not in Buster.
Not in Buster. Yeah, there's some decent sets rolling through the middle of this. Let's turn around.
Yeah.
This is not nice. Now, we said they weren't breaking before. These ones are starting to break.
I don't want to break an in Buster.
No, let's get out of here. It's going to break. Jace. Go, dude, go. Mate, you're going to have to go. Go.
as we've seen, the weather's come in. It's pretty nasty. We've got a lot of rain. So what we've decided to do, we're going to get up into the shallows. Good opportunity for us to sneak in around, because when it's really bright, you tend to spook a few fish. So it's overcast. We're going to throw a few big stick baits across the surface, bounce them around. Hopefully we'll get into some trout, some lippers. But it's a bit dangerous out there, so hence the reason we're sneaking up in here.
It's going to have to be fishing here somewhere. Come on.
There's another hole there, mate.
Good current running across this flat. If you're looking for places to fish, on the reef you got current, you generally got fish.
Nice little spot over there, Nige.
Pop, pop. Oh, see that! Go, Jace, go, go, go! Get us out, get us out, get us out!
Pretty shallow, mate. You got to go hard, go hard.
Go, 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 go! Go, Jason! Oh, far out. You gotta get him out, gotta get him out.
Mate, we haven't got a lot of room here.
I've stopped him, I've stopped him. I've stopped him. He's in the little hole over there. Go over there, go over there.
I'll get on top of him. We'll get there, we'll get there. Wind, 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 wind. Oh. Go, mate, go hard, go hard. Oh, look at that.
Over him, over him.
Mate, keep going.
Oh, look at the size of this thing.
Holy dooly.
Is it a GT?
It's like a shark.
GT a shark. I thought it was a trout to start with, and then it's just dark. Oh,
Keep it going, mate, keep it going hard.
oh, he's down there, there he is. Oh, look at the size, it's a trout.
Oh, it's a trout. Oh, pulling the boat around. Oh, look at the size of that.
He's nearly done. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Look at this thing, Jace.
Mate, I can't believe you've got that out of that reef.
Whew. Look at this. Look at this. I'm coming around your way. Gonna get ahead of the drift, Jace. Head of the drift. See if you can tail him. See if you can tail him. He's just about done. He's just about done. Got his tail. Got him. Got him. Get it in. Get it in. Oh. Oh. Look at that thing.
How did you get that out of there?
Look at that.
Look at the wrist on his tail. I can hardly get my hand around the tail wrist.
The weather has come in and the fish are just getting big today.
Wow. That.
Oh, we put Spanish mackerel half the size of the boat in here. I didn't think we'd start pushing the limit on trout doing it as well.
That's half the size of the boat. You don't catch trout half the width of the boat.
That is.
That.
Photos?
Nice. Yeah,
Let's get him
head back in the drink. Wow.
We finished playing on the flats with the surface lures for the reason that our arms are tired. I like that. And it looks like it might be a good time to do a bit of micro jigging in all this ledge country, which you find on the edge of the flats, 15 to 20 metres, whole variety of species to play with. We're going to get a suitably weighted jig, 40 to 80 gram, probably suitable for the depth here. Make sure we got strong hooks, because they pull pretty hard around here. And we're going to drift along and just slightly lighter rods, jig away, see what we can drum up. There you go, mate. Pink one for you, red one for me. Good looking spot just over there. When it comes to fishing micro jigs, braided medium weight spin outfit, drift down the water where you think we're going to catch them. Jason and I use a different way of fishing these jigs. I like to fish ahead of the drift, keep my line tight and watch it. The moment it slackens off, a couple of little jigs, keep that line tight. Just allows you to feel the bottom, feel any bites, sharp little taps. But the reason I like to fish ahead of the boat is a lot less snags. You don't tend to pull the lure into the reef as much. Jason is much better at fishing behind the boat. I'll let him explain exactly how he goes about fishing it, but on the drift, I like to fish ahead of the boat.
My little technique, because they're all a little bit different, because the jigs are a bit different, is because I can see the sounder from this end. I can see every now and then we're coming up over a little lump and there's a few fish sitting on it. So what I'm doing is with my jig, which actually doesn't just jig up and down, which will actually glide as well. So I'm putting it out the back. I'll do a couple of jigs, we're moving with the boat, and then I'm just hovering it basically just above that reef, dropping it back, give it a little hover. These things sort of float down as well as jig. And what we're trying to do is emulate that as a little bait fish, and these fish are coming up and whacking it. So this is the guy, I'll show you what we're doing. Pretty much watching the sounder the whole time, making sure that I'm not gonna, you don't want to let a heap of line out. I'm just feathering the line out. As you can tell by the breeze, we're moving fairly quickly. I'm gonna get that down to the bottom, which is about, hopefully about now. So, oh, now it's just got eaten on the way down. So it's fluttered on its way down. It's hard to show the technique, but you know, if they're gonna make it easy for me, I'm gonna take it. So that was fluttering on the way down, so the fish was waiting for that. It's not a big fish. Oh, it's just a little lipper. We're trying to get the bigger versions, but it's the same technique. The next one can be 3 kilos.
We're fishing lock drags, 50-pound leaders, 30, 40-pound braid. Everything has to have no give. Oh, that was a bite. Come on.
Come on, Nige.
Far out.
Come on, Nige.
Far out.
That was a fairly decent one, Nige.
Oh. You get me a jig too while you're there. That's the joys of fishing the barrier reef. Sometimes you win, sometimes you get laid on your back.
Phenomenal. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Go, go, go.
Not that big, mate. Not that big, but he woke me up.
He woke you up.
Trouty. Look up.
Give no quarter. What do we got? No, he's no monster either. It's foul hooked. There's plenty of species down there. Ground's looking good here. This ground is looking good.
Nice. Looks like a better one.
Not sure. Bit more like a trout. That one a bit more like a trout. Oh, come on. Come on. That is. Yeah, I thought he was bigger than that.
Nice.
I don't love a jig. You know, I like about these round jigs, these guys are used to eating those aquarium-like fish. And a jig like that just looks just a part of dinner. But it wasn't, Jason.
No.
It's Nige and Jason's dinner. Oh. Oh. Far out. Oh. Aren't they go so hard? One of the absolute predators of the reef. It's the red-throat emperor. Just pulls so very, very hard. I think pound for pound, you put them up against something like a coral trout, these guys will win every single time.
Oh. Go, Nige, come on.
I lost.
Oh, no.
That was a big fish. That was a really big fish.
That was a better fish.
That was a better fish.
Oh, Nige, go. Oh, that one's got a bit on it. Keep going, mate, keep going. Gotta get his head. Oh, you are giving it some stick, my friend. I can see him down there. He's white.
What is it?
He's white. Might be a Trevally.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fighting like a
We're just saying we hadn't come across anything other than trout.
Yeah. Lock drag Trevally. It's a hard way to catch them.
Yeah.
Oh, gee whiz. Coming right in on the reef here. Oh. Would have been nice here to drill me maybe a little bit off that edge. But that's all right.
Oh, you mean that ledge there, Nige?
Yeah, the one there that he got himself.
Because I was out there, I was in 50 feet of water, and now it's like 10 feet of water. Just another one, mate. But,
oh, what do you
a
got?
little trouty. Ooh, you know what, Nige? He might be just about
Dinner.
the right size.
I think that would be dinner. Easy.
Yeah.
Hard to find a better eating size than that too, Jason.
Just coming across a good touch. And I'll get smoked. Ooh, sorry, Oh, go, buddy, go. Just got my jig in here. Shark?
No, I had another fish and then a cod came and got it.
You spend a lot of time laying down in the boat.
Man, well, that's lock drag material.
So there we go.
Jigging session over. Jigging style. Great Barrier Reef fashion.
Yes.
That being said, the day's starting to wind down. We're not done yet. I think we've warmed up on popping. We've well and truly warmed up a little bit more jigging. I reckon we chuck a popper at some of these edges on the way out. There's got to be a Trevally here somewhere. The rain is giving us a break. Last few hours of the day, I reckon we work our way back to the Big Cat mothership. See if we get maybe a giant Trevally or a Spanish. What do you say?
Let's do it.
All right. Now, key objective, put Buster on top of Big Cat Reality, take it out wide, try and catch a fish as wide or as long. We've come very, very close to catching one as wide. We've caught big Spanish, we've caught massive coral trout, smaller coral trout, red throats, a variety of species. We've well and truly put Buster through its paces. The weather has well and truly thrown everything at us.
Oh yeah.
And I think coming home, we've got lots of good memories, but next time, I reckon we go further.
Further in Buster than he's ever been before.
Absolutely. Stay tuned. That's where we go next time. Up the road, in his shack, the old man was sleeping again. He was still sleeping on his face and the boy was sitting by him, watching him. The old man was dreaming about the lions. The end. Sleep well. Proud of you, little buddy. Good night. For details on all the equipment we used in today's show, head to our website afn.com.au, follow the links to the fishing show and we'll tell you exactly what we used. And to stay up to date with our latest adventures, head to our Facebook page, AFN Fishing and Outdoors, and you'll find out exactly where we are and when.
It's Bill Klassen here from The Fishing Show, and if you like this instructional video and want to learn more, it's simple. Go to fishingshowtv.com.au and see a whole host of additional videos.